Hey, you guys, this is Kelly. This broadcast will be about uh, Miss Eden Regal, who betrayed Bianca Christine Montgomery on All My Children from 2000 to at least 2009, if I'm correct. If I'm not, somebody can correct me. And bruiser Brody. Okay, I'm going to first talk about Eden Regal and her betrayal of Bianca Christine Montgomery on All My Children. Uh, Her betrayal of Bianca was very captivating, I found her betrayal to be sweet, brave, protective, outstanding, outspoken, but very humble. I feel that after she left and they replaced her with a different actress, it was not the same. It was not the same for me. I watched from 2005 to the time she left. And then I tried to go back and watch it when they had it on Hulu, and it didn't feel the same. Something about it just didn't feel right. Her betrayal of Bianca for me was a game changer because I go back now and I see old clips on YouTube, specifically the one where her character comes out as a lesbian. I look at that and say to myself, I wish I had courage like that to be, brave enough to say, this is who I am, this is what I am, and I don't want to be looked at any differently. And that particular episode, in and of itself, was an eye opener because I was once that young little girl who was too afraid to come out because I was afraid that people were going to try and see me differently, see me as something I wasn't. I tell people this all the time. What you see with me is what you get. I don't put up this fake facade. I don't, try to be something I'm not. I've always been kind of quiet and kept to myself for various reasons, but now it's gotten more to be like that more. But once I get to know people personally and they get to see me, they're like, "You're not so bad. How come you're so quiet? How come you don't talk much?" Well, it's because I don't trust people all the time. Those that have been in my inner circle for years know that I don't trust very well. I feel that had that scene happen today, I don't think there would be, we wouldn't have, advocates now. It was so ahead of its time that a lot of people look at it and they go, "Wow, I wish I would have done that." I wish I had somebody to help me with this. And I'm not saying this to hurt anyone, okay? And I mean no disrespect, but that particular episode literally made me emotional because I was that kid. And I'm pretty sure others that have seen it throughout its entirety, leading to Eden becoming Bianca as the replacement for Bianca, saw that and went, "Wow, this is incredible." We don't see stuff like that now in soaps that they still have on TV. They don't have All My Children out on DVD yet. When they decide that they want to do that, I'm gonna get the ones that have Eden in them because Eden made Bianca's character brave and outstanding and very outspoken, and she stood her ground and she fought for what she wanted, and she fought for the women that she loved, which is what I loved about her. Um, I feel that after she left, it just went downhill. It didn't matter that they had her come back for the last time they had it on the air, and then they switched it over to a streaming service. It didn't feel the same. It didn't feel the same to me. The writers were different. I feel that they could have handled other subjects differently. I feel that with the love um, story between Bianca and Maggie would have never cheated on Bianca, but someone who wrote that storyline felt that that was a way to get rid of that character. I feel that Maggie should have stayed with with Bianca. Who knows? They would have gotten married. Go ahead. They would have gotten married and been a family, but it didn't happen that way. I can see that the actress that took Eden's place as Bianca tried her best. It didn't do anything for me. It didn't put a smile on my face. It didn't make me say, "Wow, this is incredible. This is wonderful." None of that. I was not intrigued by it at all. Um, I wish Eden could have stayed a little longer because she made it enjoyable for me to watch. Um, I feel that soaps now are very watered down, not as controversial. AMC, All My Children was controversial in its own right. They only have General Hospital now. Eden's doing different things besides soaps. She's working as a voice actress now, which is incredible. I wish her nothing but the best. Now I'm going to talk about Mr. Bruiser Brody. Now I feel that as a wrestling fan, I feel that the wrestling world and the wrestling community of fans were robbed of his talent. This man was at the peak of his just getting to the spot where he could be a big star, where he was going to make tons of money, where he was going to be well known in the wrestling world and make a name for himself, which is what he was doing. I feel that the people that did that to him, they deserve to be in prison for the rest of their lives. But I don't know if they're ever going to be in prison because they got off scot free because it happened in Puerto Rico. Had it happened in the States, they would be rotting in prison right now. Bruiser Brody was very straightforward, in your face, brought it to you in a way that made you kind of feel uncomfortable. I prefer Bruiser Brody over any other uh, person that considers themselves hardcore. Yes, you have McFoley. McFoley was inspired by Bruiser Brody, but you see all these other wrestlers that do these matches with glass and different things that lead to blood loss, and it's just like, why do you have to do that? You don't have to be like that, but that's what they choose to do. Brody wasn't like that in that sense. He was just, this is what we're gonna do, and if you don't feel comfortable with it, tell me. Um, I will say that I will give Tony Atlas um, props because he did try to help Bruiser Brody when he got injured. It's sad that Bruiser Brody had held the picture of his young son in his hands as he was being stabbed and cut open, with his intestines hanging out. While he was being transferred to the hospital, he held his picture of his son in his hands as he was being transferred. While he was being operated on the operating table, he held that picture in his hands. And when he died, he held that picture in his hands. His son and family were the only thing on his mind as he was laying there dying. I feel that his family deserves justice, his fans deserve justice. The people that were his close friends that were actually there and around for him deserve justice. I feel that you were robbed of his talent, and I feel that Carlos Colon and Josie Gonzalez don't deserve to be where they are. They know what happened. They know what transpired, and nobody's talking. The only people that are talking are Tony Atlas, and there was another one. I forget the character he portrayed, but he was talking about it. Uh, the other wrestlers should have stepped in to help Atlas because Atlas was the only one that was doing something to help Bruiser Brody. And, had somebody stepped in to help him besides Tony Atlas, I think Bruiser Brody would still be here. Um, I had to take a few minutes to figure out how I was going to talk about this because it got me very heated and very upset. Um, you know, some should still have his father. Wife should still have her husband. Fans should still have their favorite wrestler here, but that's not the case. Um, I hope in future extra steps are taken as a precaution uh, for something like this if it happens again, because this is something that could have been prevented. Everybody's saying, well, Bruiser was a bully. Bruiser was full of himself. Yeah, people can say he was full of himself, but he didn't deserve to go out that way. He didn't deserve to go out that way. He didn't deserve that type of fate. I mean, there should have been more people in there, particularly some security guards or a bodyguard or something to keep that situation from imploding the way it did. Instead, we don't have Brody. We don't, Cologne is in the Hall of Fame. Josie Gonzalez is still wrestling here in the U.S. and in Florida, and they got off scot free. Well, Bruiser Brody's wife and son are grieving and haven't seen any form of justice for him. I feel that what a person or a group of people do to hurt a person will come back on them. And since this happened to Brody, this will come back on those that hurt him tenfold, rightfully so. And one day they will get what's coming to them. I feel that we've lost way too many wrestlers, far too young. Bruiser Brody, Owen Hart, Randy Savage, um, Gino, Eddie Guerrero, Chris Canyon, Chris Benoit. I could go on and on. I'm sure I forgot a few, but I feel that a lot of wrestlers have lost their life young. And were just about to hit their prime when they left this world. To those that are still around, up and coming, past and present, retired, still active, please take good care of yourselves. And for the newbies that are making their presence known in the wrestling world, both men and women, do this however long you want. Just be safe about it. Don't do anything stupid. You have your whole life ahead of you. I wish all those up and comers at the absolute best. I want to see you guys succeed, but I also want to see you guys live a long, healthy life and do what you feel is right and what makes you happy. Just be safe about it, okay? I'm sorry this is so short. I'm extremely tired today. Anyway, the next video I will do is going to be about Karate Kid movies 1 through 3 and the Saw franchise as a whole, and how I feel about the new movie Spiral from the Book of Saw. All right, that'll be it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye.